What grade do you have on Kyler Murray?
I would actually take him in the first round. I really would. I think the league is trending towards what he is. And I know I've stood next to him. I'm guessing he's just shy of 5'10". But, we've seen guys now who are shorter. They're coming in the league. The league is just more spread out. And it's not about standing, in the pocket and making the same kind of throws that you had to make even 5-7 years ago. You're able, with everything being more spread, hitting the seams, throwing the ball outside, extending plays with your feet. I think he fits today's NFL with quick processing, quick release, and then unbelievable athleticism to extend plays and create with his feet.
I'm also curious about this because everybody has an opinion on what sport he should play. But I mentioned this first hour. The thing I would factor in, what sport does he want to play? Because it feels like he wants to play football. He might be really good at baseball if you're drafted, 8th overall. And it's a safer decision. Maybe there's more money there. There's longevity. But I get the feeling the more success he's having at Oklahoma, the more that he loves football more than baseball. Do we know?
I can't tell. See, so we had 2 Oklahoma games back to back. We had them against, I think in Lubbock against Texas Tech, and then we had them the following week at home. And talking to Lincoln Riley, it was the first time I got any sense that Kyler might stick with football. He might come back and play again next year, and he might want to look into his NFL future. And so I put it out there because Lincoln was adamant about it. He said we discussed it. I talked to his parents. I talked to him, and we made a promise to each other that we were not going to discuss. We're not going to revisit this conversation until after the season. Let's see how things go. Let's see if you fall in love with actually starting and playing and doing all the things that he's doing this year. And then I've watched a couple things since. He sat down with Tim Tebow and somebody else came, I think his agent in baseball, Scott Boras, came out and reported that, no, he's absolutely playing baseball. And then he said to Tim that he wasn't returning to Oklahoma next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, that leads me to believe that he is planning on playing baseball, and that's what everyone seems to think. And every NFL scout and general manager I've talked to thinks that he's playing baseball. But when you talk to people inside the football program, they seem to think that he absolutely loves football and agree with what you're saying. So I don't know. There's still this little bit of question out there, and I think he would be a tremendous football player. I really would. I think, like I said, as a first-round draft pick, you're going to make somewhere in the $10 to $25 million guaranteed range in terms of money. So I think there's a bigger decision still to be made, but maybe I'm wrong and he's already made it and he's going to go play baseball.
He's Todd McShay, ESPN draft and college football analyst. He's got a mock draft he'll unveil next Wednesday morning on ESPN. If Tua Tagovailoa were in this draft, where would he go?
First round.
First quarterback?
Same thing. I mean, yeah, he would be the first pick. He probably. I can't say he'd be the first pick overall this year. When you look at it, I mean, as the projections are right now, the Giants would be, I think, 6th or 7th, and they would be the first team that actually needs a quarterback because you've got San Francisco and Arizona and Detroit and the Jets, and they all either have a quarterback or just drafted one last year. So I think. But I do think Tua would be the first quarterback taken. I think it would probably be the Giants if they moved up or not. The Jaguars are sitting there at 9, and I think Miami's at 13. Those are probably right now, if the draft were today, according to the order, those would be the three teams that you'd be looking at in the top 13 picks that need quarterbacks. And judging by recent history, teams have been moving up just about every single year to go get these quarterbacks. So my guess is that one of them would move up to go get Tua if he were available.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.